Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you all for being here. And thank you for being a part of our soul family. We are one soul family, no matter where we are, in which dimension, which time zone, it doesn't matter. We are all united and we are all together. And today is the second day of the Mexican holiday called Day of the Dead. And it's a beautiful, beautiful holiday that really says that the veils are so thin during this time that our ancestors come to say hi and to visit us. And we create what's called an ofrenda. An ofrenda is like an altar where we place their pictures and candles and some of the things that they enjoy. And you can really feel them. You can really feel them. So as we lit our candles yesterday and really contemplated about our loved ones, it was an overwhelmingly beautiful, beautiful sense of gratitude. And it reminded me of something that I wanted to share with all of you today about the energy of death. Okay. You know, many of the ancient spiritual traditions, many of them, whether either it's from, the ancient Kabbalists or even the Buddhists, many of the Upanishads refer to the fact that if we are not thinking about our own death at least once a day, we're not truly living. And I'll say that again. If we're not thinking about our own death at least once a day, we're not truly living. Now, what does that mean? It doesn't mean that you should live in fear. Of course not. It means absolutely the exact opposite. It means that the understanding and the knowing that that day, that moment, that final breath can actually come at any time, irregardless of what it says, what your doctor says, what your, clinicians say, what your dietitian says, what doesn't matter, what anyone says. It's the value of life that makes life worth living. It's the gratitude of life that this reminds us of. It reminds us to take a pause today, especially as we think about and reflect on those who we've lost to the other side. It invites us to actually look at how we can live our lives just a little bit fuller today and a little bit fuller every single day. And if we allow that to be the source with which we live our lives, then the richness and the fullness of our lives will be viewed upon by the universe in immense responsive energy. Meaning, when you choose to live life, when you choose to have that gratitude that every single second has the potential to be your last, when you live this way with this great sense of appreciation and gratitude, the universe responds. And the universe says, hey, you know what? Let me give them so much to live for. Because remember, in the vibrational universe, everything is connected. And so with that awareness today, I'd like for each of us not to necessarily focus on our death, but to instead allow ourselves to live today. And how much more life would you have in each and every breath if you had gratitude and never taking for granted a single moment? So with that awareness, let's dive into our meditation. Thank you all for being here in every time, space, location. Thank you. Close your eyes and find yourself in your heart. As a reminder, this is a Theta Healing Meditation by Vienna Steibel. We are tapping into our subconscious mind, accessing our belief systems. Remember, our beliefs are creating our reality. We're putting ourselves into a theta brainwave where we can access the subconscious mind. So as you close your eyes, find yourself in your heart. I want you to imagine this beautiful bright white light in the center of your heart. And from this space, let's begin by taking 3 deep breaths into that ball of light. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now return to that bright white light in the center of your heart. Recognize that this amazing energy is our connection to all that is. No separation, no limitation, no fragmentation. As you focus on that bright light, imagine that light expanding into the room that you're in, into the house, into the neighborhood, into the city, the town, the state. Expand beyond there to the country, the continent, the bodies of water that surround that energy. Now imagine your ball of light expanding into different bodies of water and different continents. And until you and your ball of light are one light, one energy. And now imagine that ball of light expanding out into outer space, expanding beyond outer space, out through to the universe, out through different layers of light. Expand through the universe, out past the beautiful golden-like light, out past the golden-like light through a jelly-like substance light, and through the jelly-like substance light into a beautiful pink haze, which is the law of compassion. And through the law of compassion, you enter into the seventh plane of all that is, the plane of creation, of oneness, and of complete totality. Immediately, your ball of light dissolves into this beautiful energy. You feel the connection, the contribution, the collaboration of all things, all atoms and molecules of existence here. And from here, we're going to tap in to the quantum field, to the quantum consciousness, and ask for some downloads. Remember, downloads are just energies. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, experiences that we receive into our subconscious mind. When we receive these energies, we transform our beliefs. Transform your beliefs, you transform your reality. So let's see what we've got here today. So would you like to know what it feels like, what it looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is to have gratitude for every single breath that you take, for every single step that you place forward, for every single experience that you have? If you'd like that, say yes. And what if that awareness now creates this incredible opportunity for you to let go of any regret, any rejection, any resentment that you may be holding towards yourself or towards others? What if there was no bad experience? What if there was nothing bad that really happened or has happened to you? What if everything that has happened to you was the opportunity to live a little bit fuller? Would you be willing to acknowledge everything you've been through? We are never, ever taking that away from us. Acknowledge what you've been through, but also to have gratitude for the lessons that you learned, the resilience that you have built, and the strength that you be to move forward in this life as a divine being, a divine spiritual being in embodiment in a physical body. If you'd like that, say yes. And would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is to hear the whispers of your ancestors on the other side? Would you like to know what it feels like to know, to trust that you're worthy of communicating with them, that you're worthy of seeing the omens and the signs? And would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is in every single cell of your body to have the Creator's definition of perseverance, that you're worthy of persevering through everything in your life, to see the good, to see the joy, to see the happy, to see the abundance. If you'd like that, say yes. And would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is in every single cell of your body, to know that you are not alone? You're not alone in physicality, and you're not alone in spirit. Would you like to know that you're worthy of tapping into, perceiving, receiving, and allowing the messages of the universe and those on the other side to play an integral part in your movement forward, in your path to enlightenment? If you'd like that, say yes. You know, one of the things that I was reminded of is the fourth plane energy, which is that which is the spirit world, we'll say, is actually connected to the carbohydrates that we consume in our bodies. Every single one of our bodies also contains all the elements of all the planes of existence. The fourth plane of existence is carbohydrates. And therefore, it is not false that spirits love sweets. They love, love, love carbohydrates. Okay? And what that is being said is that if there is a place in our life that our carbohydrates are out of balance, it is because we are not willing to taste the sweetness of life. So what I would like to finish these downloads off today is inviting you to taste the sweetness of life, that you are worthy of tasting the sweetness of life, savoring the sweetness of life, knowing that the sweetness of life, just like the best taste of any dessert, is so special to be cherished. If you'd like that, say yes. And now I'd like to shift our energy today for our healing. What I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to send one of your ancestors that you hold so dearly in your heart that has crossed over to the other side. I want you to imagine them standing in front of you. And instead of offering them a healing, allow them to offer you a healing. So as you stand there in front of them, imagine their smiling face. Imagine their joy. And feel their energy as they reach out and put their hands on your heart. Feel the light of the Creator pour through them, through their arms, through their hands, and into you. You may find that few of them come to contribute. That's beautiful too. Receive it. Remember that you, in this physical plane, get to do things that they no longer can. So they are giving you the strength and the courage and the commitment and the excitement to live your day-to-day life with that knowing and that gratitude. So as you receive that, say thank you. Last but not least, would you like to know that you are unconditional love, that you be unconditional love, and that unconditional love is your birthright? If you'd like that, say yes. Now let's take our palms and rub our palms together. Faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Place your palms over your eyes. Your eyes are the windows to your soul. When you're ready, you can open up your eyes and allow that energy to come into your body and into your being. Place your hands on your heart. Congratulate yourself and thank yourself for being here, for being a part of our soul family, for showing up today. I just want to remind and invite everyone to the workshop that we are doing today. It is a very, very special workshop connecting to our ancestors on the other side. And it is going to be tonight at 8 p.m. Central European Time or 2 p.m. in the afternoon in Eastern Standard Time. It's about learning how to communicate with your ancestors or just having gratitude for them and tapping into and maybe even receiving a message from them. So if you'd like to join us, we would love to have you. Have a beautiful day, everyone. A miraculous day, an amazing day, a joyous day. Live today as if it were your last. Be grateful. And I'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, everyone.